Nothing like some fun and games with our top that trade players. Joining us now to go a few rounds, Phil Flynn, a Fox Business Network news contributor, and Alan Neckman, the chief market strategist at bullseyeoption.com. Here we go, guys. Round number one, split eights. Microsoft, Apple, and NVIDIA now each make up 8% of the NASDAQ 100 index. So without saying AI, pick a way to play these supercharged stocks.
Well, I just want to talk about the opportunity in these stocks. Obviously, these are behemoths. And I'm not a gambler, but a rule in gambling is if you're going to play blackjack, you've got probability you can at least break even, that you never split eights. And the question is, which one of these three stocks do you want to jump on board? And I have to say that you can't split them up because, they're all going to perform and you will have to see. I don't want to be the one to be able to try and pick which one's going to outperform all the others. The best way is just trade the NASDAQ itself. Combined, they make up 25% of the NASDAQ. So you still got to be a believer in tech with these three stocks.
Or you can get the magic 8 ball. That's how you make a decision on these three. You shake it, you pick one. More than likely, you're not going to lose because they all look pretty dynamic right now. And you can't say AI, you can say 8 ball, right? But, I think the key thing is if you're trying to make a lot of money, and these stocks are going to do very well, but if you're looking for something that will really appreciate, you have to find the one that's been beat up, that could turn around, trying to catch up with these other stocks. Dell is one of these companies. I think their technology is moving in that direction, and I think it's a real value. So if you're looking for something on the cheap, go Dell, or get the magic 8 ball and say, ask me again later.
Round number two, drilling down. Exxon, Chevron, and Occidental are all down 10%. So what do you think? Pick a sale deal for summer. Do you like any of these oil plays?
Well, I have to tell you, when the prices went down, Warren Buffett loaded up. He ended up picking up more shares of Occidental and now owns close to 29%. And while a lot of people, he keeps telling people that he doesn't want to take over the entire company, his actions seem to suggest a different story, because every time the stock is broke, he's been a buyer. So what does that tell you as an investor? If you like Warren Buffett's style, you should be doing the same thing. And some of these other energy stocks that look like a value. Now, Matador just made a purchase of another company. I like Matador because I think somebody can come in and gobble them up after the purchase.
Well, I like them all. Again, it's the same thing. I'm not smart enough to pick the exact one. All these stocks look great from a risk-reward standpoint. If you look at XLE, the energy ETF, it's also 10% off its recent top, and it's 15% off the January bottom. So you've seen oil blast above 80. 85 would be a confirmation that this is for real. If we can take out that top, then we could see a quick run in the energy sector.
Round number three, S&P 6000. Goldman Sachs is getting on board with Alan's long-standing target for stocks here on our show. Is there a way that people can still buy this rally with the S&P soaring?
We talked about 6,000 months and months and months, probably years ago, as the target from the distance of that old drop on that previous top. And now it looks like everybody's climbing on board. One thing that I think could be the catalyst, obviously, is the dollar, but the other is Chase. Think about it. I was just playing Chase outside on the beach with my dog, that there's going to be a lot of fund managers, investors that have been out of the markets, that if we continue at this level, they're not going to keep their jobs. They're going to have to chase because they haven't had the stocks to perform like the market in general.
Yeah, there's an amazing amount of money on the sidelines because there's been a lot of uncertainty in the markets. And one of the ways, if you're afraid of chasing the stock market here, you might want to look at some of the metals ETFs because they are really starting to bottom. And even if we get a correction in the stock market, the fundamentals on these metals are so bullish long term that they could actually act as a risk aversion to a pullback in stocks. I think you want to get exposure to both. I think you want to be long stocks, but also get into the metals ETFs as well.
An everything bull market.
For your bonus round question today, it's a summertime ticker time. Are all of the following tickers true or false? Heat, summer, and pool. And I'm spelling summer S-U-M-R.
True.
I want to say false, but I don't think Angie would set us up that way. Just that's not her personality. So I'm going to say true. She's not a trickster.
Angie loves summer, so all are true. You're both winners. Happy summer, guys. Go to businessfirstam.com.